Good morning, good morning. Right. Welcome. Good morning, good right here. So we're gonna be going to the chat shortly. Let's just we're going to the chat shortly. Okay, I have just entered UCAD, USD CHF, for a sell. I've entered USD CHF for a sell. It's not a scalp trade, so I'm going for at least 35 pips. So I recommend you you go with at least 35 pips for TP1. So I recommend you go with at least 50 pip stop loss. I'll give the details of the trade shortly. So I've just entered USD CAD. Currently about 6 pips up, as it were, but it's still okay to get in. It's still okay to get in. I'll give you the full details shortly. Okay, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen right here. There we go. So we're gonna be trading our regulars as well today, but I haven't looked at them. And by regulars, I mean GJ, that's pound JPY, as well as Euro New Zealand dollar, Euro Kiwi. I'll be bringing them up soon. I'll be bringing them up soon. So USD CAD, I am going for TP1 at least 35 pips. I'll be coming to do some more analysis on this one soon. Right, no sound. Right, yo. Okay, yeah, USD CAD is a sell. Right. Okay. So one of the members of my community says no sound. I'm not sure why. I can actually hear myself on YouTube. Let me listen again. Okay. So okay, I'm not quite sure why, but I can hear myself on YouTube. Right. I'll see if okay now. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So I mean, for those members of for the members of the generational wealth traders, do feel free, please, to communicate with me on the Zoom chat. I might not see it that quickly, but if it's something that requires urgency, then obviously you could you could send me a message on Telegram. Okay, so let's share this. Let's share this link, the YouTube link. Let's share the YouTube link right here. I am also in a hedged position with New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. I would not recommend you getting that one if you are getting in the USD card. I would also give details shortly. So let me just quickly get some things out of the way. Let's just quickly get some things out of the way. Right. Okay, well, I was in a hedged position on New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, Canadian dollar, but I have just come out of the hedge trade now. So I'm now in a buy on that one. So, I mean, I would say if you have not entered the USD Canadian dollar, you could enter the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar because of the news that we do have later on today. We don't want to trade correlated pairs, as it were. We don't want to trade correlated pairs. Okay. So let's see. You know what? Let me play some music, guys, in the background while I sort out some things. Let's play some music. I'll be looking at our regular pairs shortly. I mean, yesterday was a good trading day. I'm not quite sure how many of the songs you guys entered, but it was a good trading day. Right. Okay, so that's the trade we are in. I mean, for those who entered that, right here. So I mean, we got in this trade yesterday. You know, we were looking for the breakout of, you know, this that area, and you can see it's pushed up even more. I believe the news pushed it up for us, which is good. We don't mind. You know, currently at least 80 pips on that. Let's all be muted, guys. Let's all be muted. Let's all be muted. Okay. Right here. All right, New Zealand dollar is looking to come out or get into where we want it to be. I mean, Euro, New Zealand dollar. Right. Now, GJ as well, pound, New Zealand dollar is also still in a bit of a range as well. So we are going to find some other things to trade meanwhile. We've just entered a trade on USD CAD, but I believe there is a USD related news later on. So we want to be careful. We want to be mindful of that. But we are going to find some other trades. I mean, the thing is, it's just patience, guys, isn't it? I mean, we waited patiently yesterday. We got on the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar trade at about 1 o'clock UK time. And it went on to deliver about 50 pips by the time it was 9 o'clock in the evening, about 50 pips. But obviously, we saw with the news, it was pushed even into more profit for us, which was good. I mean, I told you, the members yesterday, I believe we have some members with us now. I mean, I did say to secure your profits, take partial profits, and you could either close the whole position or decide to, move your stop loss into profit, so that if the news pushed the price, further into profit, then fine. Because we know that happens sometimes. That does happen sometimes, doesn't it? Whereby the news, pushes. I mean, yes, we are used to having the news push the price against us, but if we know what we are doing, we could possibly get it right. Okay, so let me share the MT4 chart. Let's share the MT4 chart. Okay, so that's where we are at with this one. That's pound JPY, and we have New Zealand dollar Kiwi. Okay, so this was the trade we entered a while ago. Let me check Forex Factory. I mean, Forex Factory is definitely, or any other website that gives us the news for the day. We definitely do want to check, at the beginning. At the start of the day. Okay, so we have some news, some pound related news at around 2:30 UK time. Monetary policy report, and we have the Fed chair in the US testifying at around 3. So obviously the next news will be the Bank of New Zealand, governor speaking at 7:10, all UK time, of course. Well, So let's be mindful of those trades. Okay, so basically with this trade I'm in, I don't know who else got in this trade, but we are in this trade. We are in this USD card. I mean, just like we did yesterday with the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, if we are in profits, by the time it's coming close to the news, we could either close out completely or, decide to move the trade into to break even and just, then go on and secure the position. And hopefully if the news moves things in our direction further, then fine, we would obviously collect the pips. Right, so if you're trading with us for the first time, welcome. I would also encourage you to join our Telegram channel, where we are more active, obviously. We do post some free signals there. I'll just post the link here now. I'll post the link there and pin it up. And then we'll begin to look at some other pairs. Okay, so if you've just joined us, welcome. We've just entered one trade so far, USD Canadian dollar for a sell. But we are in another trade as well. I mean, I hope this is not get affected by the news later on. I mean, without the news, I believe this would drop, by at least 150. I hope the news does not affect it negatively. So hopefully by the time it's news, we'll be able to secure some profits. So that's that's USD CAD. So that's the way we do it. I mean, obviously, do get to know the way we trade. You definitely want to get to know the way we trade. I would usually call out the trades I'm getting into. Don't feel obliged to jump into any trade, but I'll let you know the trades I'm getting into, give you the full details, as in the stop loss. As in the stop loss, the take profit and all. Okay, so I am also in this trade. The New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, it's pushing up nicely, which is fine. Let me move things into so I'm placing my I mean, for the VIP members, I don't know if anyone entered this trade yesterday. The New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, I don't know if anyone entered. Wow. I mean, check this one out, guys. The pound AUD. We also entered pound AUD yesterday, didn't we? We did, but because of the news, we thought, let's come out of it. But we see overnight what has happened. It's pushed up like crazy. We would have been some good profits now. Let me see what our entry was. The entry yesterday was 78406. It was a range, but let's say you entered at the worst possible entry, which would have been 78406. 78406. Wow. You'd have been about 60 some. We would have been in about 60 something pips now. That's fine. We still close out in profit, so that's fine. We just want more of such trade, don't we? We'll keep an eye on these ones. All right, let me have a closer look at pound JPY. It might be okay for us to get into it. I mean, it's really pushing up, isn't it? Let's have a closer look. You know, there was some major rejection there, so we have to be mindful of this huge wick. Right, I mean, I would want it to break above, for GJ, I would want it to break above here first, this high. But obviously we can see this huge 5-minute candle. Everything else is ranging, you know, within. Let's so it's this 1 hour candle really. Yeah, I mean, we'll give that a watch for some time and see how it plays out. You know, we're going to have a look at others soon. Let's have a look at some other pairs. I mean, is there any pair anyone is looking at so we could have a look at it together? Let's check out EuroCAD. I was looking at Euro, well, maybe not EuroCAD because that's we'll be trading correlated pairs, as it were, too many correlated pairs. Okay, NZDJPY. NZDJPY. Right. Okay, I mean this one is pushing up nicely as well. I can see the JPY is weak there. I wonder if it was the JPY effect. Let me see. Yeah, there was a somewhat big move, a big push up on JPY yesterday, it seems. Right. Okay. Okay, I can see it's at coming up close to a daily high. Right, let's try Euro CHF. I mean, we know there hasn't been much economic activity to push the market lately, but even with that, you know, the market has been moving nevertheless. Okay, so I mean, with some of these pairs, we need to basically watch them, give them an hour or so, at least maybe for the 4-hour candle to close. This one, Euro Aussie dollar could be ripe for buying. Not just yet, but we'll wait for maybe the 4-hour candle to close and we'll decide what to do with that one. Euro JPY, let's try Euro JPY. Okay, so Euro New Zealand dollar. It looks like it's breaking out of that area for us. That'll be good. We could then put in for a sell. Come on now, go on, keep going. Okay, it's pushing down nicely. Now the thing is, if I was to buy GJ now, it would have to be a medium to long-term trade. It wouldn't be the regular 20 to 30 pips we take. If I was to buy GJ, it would be a long-term trade. I mean, let's see. Let me show you where it's at. You know, the GJ. I mean, if we were to check the daily, for instance, I mean, that's where it is at the moment. We can see it's right at structure. You know, so that's why I am being very cautious with this one. It's right at structure on the daily. On the weekly, yeah. So I mean, it is definitely a very vulnerable area. You know, an area that has played out as the neckline in the past. And as we know, if it's structure anytime. Major level as well. So we'll just watch that GJ trade. I'll rather sell. I prefer to sell. I prefer if it went down. You know, we'll know, yes, at least it's rejecting the structure. So really, I mean, the one I am focusing on today would be the Euro New Zealand dollar. We'll be selling soon. I believe we'll be selling it soon. So let's get ready, get ready. We are still in one trade, USD CAD, which we sold. You know, I mean, like we know, in trading, patience pays. It pays to wait. Someone said we are paid to wait in Forex if we're going to be profitable. But we can see Euro New Zealand dollar is definitely lining up for us for a sell. I mean, I suppose, you know, we could have entered a long-term trade say some days ago. I have personally been focusing on day trades, well, since the beginning of the week. I've been focusing on day trades. And by that, I mean mainly scalping. Okay. We are going to be selling Euro, New Zealand dollar. So prepare, in some minutes, we're going to be selling. I mean, for those who are trading with us for the first time, I mean, the way we trade Euro, New Zealand dollar, because we do tend to, go for 20, 30 pips. When it comes to, we have two regular pairs. We trade often as our part of our community, the Generational Wealth Traders community. We have the pound JPY, and then we have the Euro Kiwi or Euro New Zealand dollar. We tend to trade them every single day, almost every single day. We go for 20 to 30 pips as the TP1. If it's going to give us more, then we go for more. But usually we get our 20 to 30 pips, on a regular basis. So that's why you see me focusing on Euro Kiwi even now. That's why you see me focusing on Euro Kiwi now. Okay. So let's sell Euro New Zealand dollar now. Sell Euro New Zealand dollar. We're having a 50 pip stop loss. I'll give you the rest of the details. Euro New Zealand dollar sell now. Okay, so that's where my entry is. My stop loss is going to be somewhere here, close to that blue box. So what I tend to do, guys, watch this. If you are not used to this, I will click and hold the entry there and drag it up. That's about 50 pips. Well, more or less 50 pips. We're going for 2 to 1, at least on this one. At least 2 to 1, which means 100 pips TP at least. Okay, so we've just sold Euro New Zealand dollar. However, depending on your lot size or depending on how many times you enter, you can always come out, when it hits TP1 at 30 pips. Now, this is Euro New Zealand dollar. It does have a high average daily range. So what you want to do really is let TP1 be at least 30 pips. So we've taken 2 trades this morning. The Euro New Zealand dollar and USD Canadian dollar. This was a trade I entered yesterday. We entered yesterday. Currently at over 100 pips. Right. So, I mean, obviously, you want to manage your trades. Those who entered that trade with us, you want to manage your trade. As your trade begins to move into profit, you want to definitely move your stop loss as well. Now, there was a question a member of our trading community asked some days ago. The question was along the lines of if anyone has had a bad experience with trailing stops. Now, the thing is with trailing stops, I mean, to be honest with you, I only tend to use trailing stops if I'm obviously well into some good profits. And when I say good profits, I'm talking of about at least 70 pips, 50, 70 pips, depending on the pair. Then I would use trailing stops when I'm going to bed. I mean, if it is daytime, I'm obviously I'm wide awake. Either by the computer or even out and about, I can always move my stop loss while out and about. But the whole idea is to be able to manage your trade to lock in profit. That's the whole idea behind trading stops. So I would say when using trailing stops, you still want to give the market room to breathe. You want to give the market room to maneuver. For some pairs, a 15 pip stop loss, a 15 pip trailing stop is fine, 15 pips. Now for other pairs, 30 pips is what you need, between 25 to 30. Now you might be saying, whoa, 30 pips. What if the price actually moves against me by 30 pips? It means I'm going to lose 30 pips. Well, yes, but obviously you need to know the pair. You need to have an understanding of how that pair moves and everything, and just go with the flow, as it were. So that's my own advice. If you're on the stream with us, feel free to share that. Feel free to share that YouTube link so others could join us. And if you're here, click on the like button for us, please. Click on the like buttons. It does help the YouTube algorithm push the stream, to more people. Right. You know, and I would say, you know, I'm sure those who are used to trading with me, we don't panic when there's a drawdown. You know, if we have a stop loss, then we have a stop loss. I mean, stop loss are there for a reason. We've gone with a 50 pip stop loss. I mean, that's conservative. I mean, it could be 80. You know, it could be 80 just to give the market room to breathe. You know, but we want to play it safe today. You know, if anything, we want to be able to get into the market again if we have to give the trade a second opportunity. But I believe this is going to push down in our favor. You know, and we are going to manage risk. We are going to manage the risk. I would explain what I mean by that shortly. Right here. Right. I'll be doing some, while we're waiting for our trades, I'll be going over, the reasons, some techniques, as it were, as it relates to staying in a trade for longer. That is staying in a winning trade. Staying in a winning trade. Okay. Now, for those who are wondering what these blue and white balls are, this our indicator we call the precision trader. You want to be able to you want to be able to trade with precision, guys. You want to be able to trade with precision, getting into the trade, at the best possible price points. That's basically what this indicator helps us do. Trading with precision. I mean, you can see, looking at the balls here, the blue and the white balls, the blue ball, gives you a sell. It gives you a sell alert. But of course, you still have to do your quick final analysis before getting in the trade. But you can see with these ones, even if you didn't do any analysis, you would have been you've been some good profit. I mean, if you entered here, for instance, when this gave the alert, you've been over 130 pips now. If you entered here, you've been over 130 pips. But obviously, we do also teach you how to stay in trades. I posted a video last week, with one of the ways in which we do that. When you get into a winning trade, you want to be able to stay in for as long as possible, not to panic just because the trade moves against you, just like it did in this trade. Okay, I mean, this trade is just still minus 2.4 pips, but you want to be able to stay in trades. And like I did say, one of the ways we do that is using the moving average. Using a moving average. And the one I shared was the 10-period EMA, exponential moving average. Now, never mind, guys, you might not know some of these terms if you are new to trading. You might not understand some of the terminologies. That's fine. You have to start somewhere. I mean, you can see this one, for instance, if we entered here at the close of this green candle, bullish candle as we otherwise call it, if you entered at the close, which was at the top, I mean, the thing is, I mean, you might not necessarily need the moving average at the beginning until your trade has gone into profit, obviously. So let's say you enter this trade, the next candle dropped for you, which was good. It kept on dropping and then moved against you. Obviously, let's say you entered here. Let's say you entered there. We'll make this some broken dotted lines. So let's say you enter this trade here, where that lines up with this ball. You would not place your stop loss here, obviously. That would be a very tight stop loss. I mean, you'll be looking to place your stop loss, somewhere above there or there, depending on how much room you want to give the market to move. So here will be like 30 pips, there will be like 50 or 60 pips. So what would have happened, obviously, would be If this trade now went against you slightly, you are still in the trade. You give it room to move, and obviously it comes down here. So by the time it gets here, for instance, you are in profits by over 60 pips. I mean, that was some bearish move. Look at that. That was some good bearish move. So if you stayed in the trade until it got here, and then it began to move against you. I mean, this is the 1 hour. I mean, obviously, you can decide to use the 1 hour, depending on your profit targets and depending on where you entered or how you entered. So by now, it will be like 90 pips. This one then pushed up. It didn't close above, this candle. It stayed in. It dropped again. Now, you bring out the moving average, just to let you know when there's a possible reversal. So each time we see that the candle breached that moving average, let's make this bigger, guys. We see that the candle breached this moving average, but it did not close above it. It came back and closed below. The next time, closed below. It kept closing below. As I taught in that video, if you've not watched it, obviously go to my YouTube channel. I basically said you would have to wait for the candle to close above the moving average. That's, in this case, being a short. You have to wait for the candle to close in the opposite direction. So all this time, even though the candle breached the moving average, you are still in the trade. You are still in the trade. But when it now moves like this and closes above, then you are thinking, okay, maybe I want to begin to come out of this trade. I mean, to be honest with you, with such a big move, a bullish move, most of us will come out. That's a 35 pip move. Most of us will be out of this trade by now. But like I did say, if you wanted more confirmation as to whether to stay in the trade, what you do is to wait to see if the next candle follows through as a bullish candle. Well, I mean, seeing this, okay, you might decide, okay, fine, I'll come out. I think I'll come out. I've had enough. Just in case it pushes higher. Even though we see that this is more or less like a spinning top. This candle is basically what we call, it's more or less a spinning top. I mean, it's not a perfect spinning top, but it's good enough as a spinning top. Indecision in the market, which basically means the buyers and sellers are now in a position whereby, anything could happen now. Although it carried on lower in our direction, but there are times in trading when you don't want to, take the risk. You don't want to take the risk. You just, pocket your profit and move away. Wait for the next trade. I mean, obviously, even if you came out here, you could have decided to enter again at some point. The market would always give you an opportunity to enter, to get in a trade. So if you're not sure, cut it out. If you're not sure, cut it out. I can remember my lecturer in those days saying, if you're not sure, cut it out. And that stuck with me. Even in trading, if you are not sure, then cut it out. You don't want to be in there and be twiddling your fingers thinking, no. So after all, if you got in here and the market came this low, has given you this much, even though it has now pulled back, that's still 60 pips. My goodness, 60 pips would do me a lot. 60 pips is good. I mean, depending on your lot size, depending on how much you placed in there. Well, let me use a layman term. Depending on your lot size or your or your risk, or how much you invested or staked in the trade. That could be £6. If you have a small account, it could be £6. It could be £60. It could be 600. It could be 6,000 or even more. Again, like I said, depending on your lot size. So 60 pips is something. I mean, if for instance somebody has a £200 account, thereabout, and they walked away with £6, or even if they have a £100 account or 150, and they walked away with £6, that's something. If you have a bigger account and you walked away with £60, that's fine. I mean, this is the 1 hour time frame. So this played out over 2 days. Okay, well, if you entered here, then it would have played out over 3 days. If it was here, more or less about the same entry, £60 in 2 days, £600 in 2 days, £6,000 in 2 days. That's good. So it just depends on your lot size. That obviously has to do with money and risk management. So to be profitable in trading, let's keep an eye on our trade. Okay, this one is going against us, but that's fine. We're still fine. So to be profitable in trading, it's not just the entry strategy that matters. You need a good entry strategy, a good exit strategy. Then, of course, market, money and risk and money management has to be good as well. So obviously all that tied in market psychology. You have to have a system. It is a system that is required, as it were, not just a good strategy. I mean, when some people talk of strategy, they are referring to perhaps just the entry and the exit strategy. When I hear strategy, most of the time it's entry and exit that I know people are referring to. But you need a system, as it were. Entry, exit strategy, risk and money management, and obviously it's good to understand market psychology. Okay, so if you're here with us for the first time, kindly let us know where you are trading from or where you are viewing from. Obviously, I'm trading from the UK. Yes, I'm trading from the UK. So let us know where you're coming from. I can see some of you there. Yes, bear with me if I'm not following the comments in the YouTube chat very closely, but I'll try. Okay. Right. Okay. Yep. Thanks, Yemisi. So, Tolabelani, forgive me if I pronounce your name wrongly. So, yeah, for now, even as Pastor Patricia says, we basically do these sessions on Wednesdays. But the best way to know when we are doing the sessions is to join our Telegram group where we are more active. Obviously, if you're not used to Telegram is similar to WhatsApp, except that, perhaps you could say it's more secure, and a lot of home-based workers or business people, yes, even traders, prefer to use Telegram. It's similar to WhatsApp. So I would say to download it on your phone and your PC, and you can obviously follow us, join our group, obviously, but leave a comment, below the video, not just on this comment chat box, but below the video, so that we can get back to you. But the link to our Telegram group is also there. The link to our Telegram group is also there in the chat box there, on the chat, in the chat box on YouTube there. mean, I'll just post it again. Okay, so for the okay, I'll give you the stop loss and the details for the USD Canadian dollar trade. I'll give you the details of that trade. So this is the USD trade. That's the details. You know, that's the entry, the stop loss, and the final take profit. But TP1, you know, is between 20 to 30 pips. You know, depending on the pair we're trading, TP1 usually is between 30 to 20. For the Canadian dollar, you are fine to take profit at TP1, 20 to 30 pips. If you have more trade, if you have, if your lot size would allow you staying longer, then obviously, you can go for more. Okay, so the our final TP is at about 160 or so. The final take profit target. Right, we're also in other trades which we did not enter today. We entered that yesterday as part of our trading community. As you can see here at the bottom right hand corner, we are currently over 100 pips on that one. Okay, this one is pushing up. Okay. Now, GJ, which is a pound JPY, we do tend to trade that as well. Let me see. I mean, obviously, I was looking at it breaking above this wick. We could have entered earlier. I just wanted us to go into profit on some of the other trades first. I mean, that obviously is part of risk and money management, guys. You don't want to be in too many trades at the same time. Go into profit on some of them, lock in profits before you jump into more trades. Right. Like I say, I mean, we do have a Telegram group which you could join. I mean, we give some free signals there every week. I mean, one of the reasons why we do this, is basically to trade with the wider Forex community. But obviously, we also want to introduce people to it, even especially at such a time as we have now, the COVID season, where there's lockdown everywhere. People are losing their jobs and looking for an additional stream of income. So it's an opportunity to get people to begin to know a bit more about Forex, how to trade the financial market, profitably. And we do, I have decided to trade with a live account, guys. I've decided to trade with a live account, even as we do this weekly, because, we have, which obviously, puts me in a vulnerable position. But yes, that's fine. The whole idea is to let people know that you can actually, start small and grow your account. I mean, with this account, obviously I have a bigger account I trade, but with this particular account, I trade live on stream. It's an account I started with just £500, £500. I mean, that is perhaps, what a lot of Forex traders will start with. Some Forex traders, on average anyhow, on average, people tend to start with like £250 or dollars, or 300, between 250 and 300. And I can tell you a lot of that, that's an average. A lot of that obviously means, people do start with £100, £200. Who am I to say don't start with that amount? If that's what people have, then that's what they have. They just basically have to, trade, carefully and with wisdom, and get some Forex education. Get some Forex education so that you're not just jumping into it without having, some mentorship or guidance, as it were. When I started, I didn't get the best mentorship, but hey, that's fine. I've learned my lesson. That is how I always say this. That is one of the ways in which I learned how to mentor people. I went in and blew my account or lost my account in a short time because I didn't have guidance. A lot of people go into it with a get rich quick mentality, thinking, oh, I'm going to just start trading with 200 and in a month or two, I'm going to have £2,000. It doesn't always work like that. There are people who do it. But hey, sometimes they call it the beginner's luck. I remember when I first started trading, it wasn't Forex, it was the stock market. Like within the first few weeks, I can remember I entered a trade on RIM. Was it RIM? Is it BlackBerry now? Whatever they call it, BlackBerry. Is it Blueberry? Whatever. My daughter corrected me the other day. The telephone people. I entered the trade and boom, I got about £600 profit in that trade straight away. It was like, wow, you mean I've been missing out on this? But over the following weeks, I lost everything because I did not know how to trade yet. I had no mentorship, no guidance. So by this stream, one of the things we intend to do is to provide guidance, even though, for some of you might not be enough, just once a week, might not be enough. And there are going to be times when I'm not teaching much, I'm just focusing on the trades, but that's the way it is. I want it to be that, people are able to generate an income even while trading with us live. So my emphasis would be on trading, not so much the teaching. But here and there I'll throw in, tips and all that would make it profitable. But anyway, that's why we are here today. We've taken 2 trades now. If you have not, guys, do hit the like button for us and subscribe. Thola Belani, is it the first time obviously it's the first time you're trading with us? Hi, Hira J. which asset are you talking about? Is that Bitcoin you're talking about? 31,000. Are you referring to Bitcoin, Hira J? Okay, so this is pulling back, part of managing our trades. We want to know when to come out or whether to stay in the trade. I mean, again, you can see, with this trade, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, if you had entered using the alert from Precision Trader, you would have entered here and you'll be in some huge profits. I mean, obviously, it's about 147 pips. If you're a long-term trader, you could have stayed in the trade. Otherwise, even if you came out somewhere here when it began to pull back like so, that would have been fine. I mean, if you entered here, this could have been your first target, then this your second to line up with this high. You could have gotten at least 80 pips from this, but obviously, we can see it's a good one there. Right, okay. So this one is playing games. Euro Kiwi, Euro New Zealand dollar is playing games. We don't mind. We're used to the price moving up and down. In the Telegram channel, we also provide a lot of free tools. I mean, this is one of them. We call it the pip counter. We want to make it easy for those in the Forex trading community to win. Providing you with tools and tips and mentorship at some level. I mean, obviously, I have a close community of traders who are subscribed, obviously, but and get a lot more mentorship. Someone says that the secret of riches is not found on the surface. You have to go deep, as it were. So we do tend to go deeper with those in our community. That's just the way it is. I mean, I put my time out, a lot of effort into this to make sure that those in the community do win, that they are profitable. So someone has to get paid somewhere, somehow. That's the way it is, guys. So even as we see here, there is this tool which we call the pip counter. There is this one which is known as what's it called now? Currency strength meter. There is this one which is called the market price. I mean, these are free tools. These are free tools. And there is this one, the lot size calculator. Well, the lot size calculator is here. It's behind this box. That's my alert box. Obviously, I've placed that there because it's a live account and there's no need showing my account number, as it were. But you can see at the top right hand corner, it is a live account. Like I was saying a while ago, regards to this, I decided to start this with a £500 account, because I mean it's slightly more than what the average trader starts with. But I thought, let me start with something a bit decent and watch it grow. I mean, by today, we did that about a month ago. We started about a month ago, and by today, obviously, it has grown. And the whole idea is I will show it to us, I will show it to us, regularly, so we can actually monitor the growth together. But that's the way it is. So we've entered 2 trades. This is one of them, the Euro New Zealand dollar and USD Canadian dollar. This is an old well, not old, but a trade we took yesterday. We entered yesterday. I mean, we intend to finish around 10 this morning, you know, with the YouTube stream, you know, but I would you know, continue with members of the Generational Wealth Traders in the private session. You know, we didn't enter this trade just yet, the pound JPY, but we will be, I'm sure we'll definitely be getting an entry later on, you know, using some of our strategies, you know, but we just wanted to do its own thing first. Okay, let me look at one or two other pairs. Let's just look at one or two other pairs. I mean, someone mentioned Bitcoin. Well, I think so. I think somebody was mentioning Bitcoin. I mean, from about $58,000, it dropped to as low as $45,000 yesterday. That's the market for you. That's Bitcoin. But I'm sure we know that we have to give Bitcoin room to move. I mean, I don't trade Bitcoin. I invest in Bitcoin. I don't trade it. You know, I mean, imagine, you know, a lot of people were caught out yesterday, definitely. I mean, imagine this drop. Okay, this was like on Monday. Imagine this drop. If you were in the buy, or whatever, imagine it dropping this much and then coming back up. You know, we don't tend to find this much in Forex, in crypto, but yes, it does happen as well. As long as it's the market, and as long as you have market forces, you will get such. Anyway, we're not focusing on Bitcoin this morning. Let's look at a few more pairs. I mean, what I'll be doing later on, guys, is to post some other trades, which will not be scalp trades. I mean, you know, we could do scalp trades or day trades here in the live session, but in the Telegram group, I would most likely post medium to long-term trades we could be in for some days as opposed to just some hours. You know, so definitely, you know, plug into the Telegram group and we'll get some signals from there. We'll be finishing this at 10. Okay. Actually, I am in a JPY trade as well. Let me see. I mean, although I might be closing the JPY trade before the news later on, the US related news. Right. Okay, let's see. The pound pair has been very strong. Right, yo. Okay, so I mean, what I'm doing now is basically using the Fibonacci to see if this pair continues to pull back, how far it might go. You know, how far it might go. You know, that's the golden zone, as it were. You know, but hopefully it will not pull back that much. I don't want to give the market 30 pips. Give back the market 30 pips. right here. Okay, so I mean, let's quickly check for more pairs, in the next 5 minutes or so. We'll be finishing, but let's quickly check more pairs. I would have to post it in the Telegram group if I find anything. The link to the Telegram group is it's there for us. It's beautiful the way some pairs have been pushing in one direction, definitely. Either pushing down or up. I do. I mean, when I mark up my charts, I do tend to leave them for a while, because if you mark a chart properly, you'll find that it remains valid for quite a while. I mean, I'll be sharing with you before we go. I'll be sharing with you, some of the charts we've marked out on Trading View. Okay, let me switch over to Trading View, even as we come to an end, even as we come to a close here. We definitely trade a whole number of strategies. You want to be dynamic as a trader. You want to be versatile, as it were. But there are those who have mastered one strategy and they are sticking to it. They are doing well. I mean, I always say, don't mind being a one-trick pony, as long as it's delivering the results. You could start off being a one-trick pony. So what? Who cares? As long as the results are being delivered, that's what matters. Okay. Let me share my trading view with you. So apart from, marking up charts like this, even as you find here, we do also use, indicators, as you can see here, the Ichimoku, we trade them beautifully. So we trade, naked charts, yes, price action and all that. But then, we also use indicators for confluence and all whatnot. Obviously we have our special indicators, our custom indicators, that is. I mean, you have the default indicators on MT4 and on TradingView, but we also have our custom indicators. Okay, so just to round up, we've taken 2 trades this morning. We've entered 2 trades, a sell on Euro New Zealand dollar. I'm going to be posting the details on the Telegram group. So we've entered this trade, the Euro New Zealand dollar, and then we've also entered this one, USD Canadian dollar. So those are the trades, we've entered today. One of them is this, well, they are both sells really. We're selling both of them. We've just, we're selling both of them. But let's share my Telegram group, my trading view screen with you. Okay, so that's the trading view. I mean, for those who are not used to trading view, it's a charting platform. Some people trade on them as well, or on it as well. But for me, it's mainly a charting platform. You can see here, some of the trades, I am in, well, we've marked out. This is the inverse head and shoulder. We see here the head, the shoulder, the right shoulder, but obviously this did not play out, because we have different patterns. You have to know, guys, to be more reactive and responsive as a trader as opposed to being predictive. Yes, you want to have a bias, you want to have an idea of which way the market is going to go, but having decided which way the market is going to go, whether it's going to be bullish, going long or short, what if things don't play out? You are not the market maker. What if things don't play out the way you thought they would go? You want to have a plan B, as it were. That's what all good traders, have in common. They would have a plan B if their trade does not go the way they thought it would go. So, I mean, this one, for instance, head and shoulder, we're looking at buying, we're looking at it going there, but the price action did not play out well. Instead, it went down, so you can see here, the idea was if it does not go the way it should go, that's a failed head and shoulder. You enter the trade in the opposite direction. And obviously, if one entered this trade, it would have been profitable. So that's that one. This one is USD CAD. Then there was this one as well. Which obviously is a trade we are in. We got in there and it's currently there at over 100 pips. Super duper 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 super. Now, this one was a head and shoulder, or inverse head and shoulder. This one was a channel we marked out. This was a channel, you can see it was an equidistant channel, broke out of the channel, and boom, Bob's your uncle. So yes, we do trade price action, guys. It's not just with indicators. I mean, people have come to know us for indicators, at least some people, because we do recommend our indicators a lot. I mean, we don't make any, we have no hesitation in doing that. We don't hold back from doing that. We're not shy about it. Yes, we use indicators, but you can see here my trading view, those in our trading community, trade with me, and they also trade these channels, these patterns and all that. So we can see, a channel here, got in there. This was another head and shoulder which played out differently as well. I mean, obviously the left shoulder, the head, expecting it to come here, but it did not. Went the other way, you take it the other way. That's basically how you do it. You just want to know how and when to get in. That's just how it is. If it goes the other way, you know how and when to get in, and you will make your profit. Anyway, guys, let's leave it here today. I would say, feel free to reach out to me. Let's do this. So definitely feel free to reach out to me if you want some, some mentorship, and obviously you want to be part of our trading community. You want to join our Telegram group, where I give a lot of tips and some free signals. One mistake, a lot of people make when they go into trading, when they start off as traders, is that they go trading alone. I would say do not trade alone. You need a community to trade with. You need a community to be in. One of the things that does is basically it gives you what's the word now? You are almost accountable without being necessarily accountable, without signing any official document or agreement. But because you are part of a community, you are in a sense accountable, to each other. And hey, the whole idea is to win together. So join us again next week, Wednesday. I mean, if we're going to be trading any other day apart from Wednesday, we definitely will let you know in the Telegram channel. So see you then, and thanks for trading with us today. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube. Click on the YouTube link there to subscribe, and the notification bell, even if if you're not currently subscribed. And hey, hit the like button. Hit the like button for us. I would very much appreciate that. Hit the like button for us, and we'll see you next time, guys. God bless. Right, yo. So see you next week, Wednesday.